DJ Walker. I got a couple things on my mind here. You know, I was working out in the gym today, and one of the things that just kind of crossed my mind was I had a conversation with my son about church, and although I do believe in the messages behind a lot of the church sermons and the books in the Bible, I feel that the modern church today, unless you have some kind of higher position in the church, and I've noticed that. I've been noticing that a lot lately. It's just weird. People tend to look at you some kind of way. It's weird. It's the weirdest shit. They look at you some kind of way. You know, I don't know what the hell that's all about. It's just the weirdest shit. They tend to look at you some kind of way. And I've been there. I've been going back, going close to 6 years consecutively. I've been involved with 2 choirs. All right, and I've sang with both choirs almost back to back many times. All right, one of them I've been with for about almost 3 years now. Other one I've been with them almost 6 years. And the last 3 years I've been singing behind them back to back. All right, I do functions for both. 2 functions actually with the men's choir, because I do another function with them, men's ministry, as well, and a couple other things I do. And I noticed the last 2, maybe 3 years, I've noticed that, I don't know, it's just weird. I think when you're in a position, like if you're a deacon or pastor status, or somewhere in between, or just, you know, if you're in a position of one of those positions like that, and you're involved, and I'm kind of involved. I'm doing other stuff now too. I have been for the last few years. But you notice the same people who goes around my old lady, who knows my old lady, who actually kind of knows me. There are other times where they go past you, won't say a word to you. And matter of fact, and Sunday I really noticed it. They literally turn their head away from me. I'm like, I'll be damn. I said, it's a wonder some people feel some kind of way about going to church, man. Now I know why. I mean, I always understood about why, but now I really know why. And now I know why our church is massively losing people, massively losing the congregations anymore. Why a lot of people don't go to church, because of stuff like that. Once you get involved, if you ain't in a hierarchy with in the few years that you're there, they tend just as funky as anything else. But I've never been one. If somebody I know, I always speak to them. And I know there was a meeting where they said, don't worry about what they do or not. I don't worry about it, and I've heard other people say it. But if you go past me and you have your head turned some kind of way, and you ain't looking nowhere else, that means you're deliberately ignoring me. You're deliberately intending not to speak. That's intentional. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I'm sorry, I'm going out of my religion for a second, but it's the truth. You are intentionally not intending to speak to that person. It's one thing if you kind of maybe slightly glance over, you looking to speak to somebody else. That's different. I'll give you a pass on that one, because I've done it. Where, and you may just miss them and pass it. I know you ain't blowing me. But if you intentionally, and I mean, this is real talk, if you intentionally go out and don't speak to that person when you go right past them and your head is turned away from it, or your head's down, like you ain't even trying to look at them. And because it happened. I know a couple of members, especially the higher ups, who did that over the week, this past Sunday. And I was like, well, I'll be damn. And y'all wonder why I just stay to myself. And you wonder why I don't, I don't do much with some of y'all. This is why. This is exactly why. And I was just thinking about that. I said, well, I'll be damned. It was a few of the, student ones that did that too, and I know who they are. And they kind of fuddy-duddy anyway. And I could tell just by talking to them sometimes. So I was like, damn. But you go around my old lady, you got the business friends? I'm like, well, I'll be damned. And of course, I do feel some kind of way about it. I understand, some ways I don't. And I'm kind of like, well, this is the reason why a lot of people don't go. And then you be the first one like, well, why you ain't go? Why you don't get to go? You should go sometime. No. I'm to a point now where I don't even know if I should even continue to go. I do want to go. There's purpose for me going. There really is. I tell you what, I'm not going to be going too much anymore for. I'm not going to be going. I'm not going to be going every Sunday anymore like I used to. I will be going, but I'm not. Because matter of fact, I skipped the Sunday last time. I might be. Not this past. I went the first Sunday. I may not go this Sunday. For real. Because I am starting to feel some kind of way anymore, man. I really am. It's not exactly intentional, but anymore, I don't know. I'm just feeling some kind of way. I really am. I don't know. Do I want to continue the bullshit? No, I don't. I kind of don't. I want to continue to feel like, like I'm a second class citizen when I go around some people. No, I don't. I truly don't. I don't want to feel that way anymore. I'm tired of it. But I was thinking about that because some of the people who are doing that are deaconesses. Yeah, I'm dropping dimes on here. I'm dropping big dimes today, and I don't really care because that's the way I feel. And I felt some kind of way. I was like, wow. It's one thing, like I said, again, if you go past somebody and pass it and you know who they are and you deliberately turn your head around and you ain't looking nowhere else to speak to nobody, especially when you go past me, that means you wasn't not intention to you were not intending to speak to me even though you know you're going past me and you saw me coming up. I said, that's the biggest bunch of bullshit ever, man. Because there's a few of them that do that. And I'll be like, man, what the fuck? And then y'all people wonder why I don't speak to half them. That's why I wonder why I don't fool with y'all. Or you wonder why for years I didn't go to church. Now I know why. Because you ain't no better than anybody else out here. Y'all just, the bottom line is, I think some of us, we expect people to be just as regular or probably more, how can I put it, friendlier. When you're in church, they're no different. They're the same fucking people you deal with every fucking day. And that's why for me, I tried the fellowship thing, never worked for me. Don't work for me. It just don't. I'm just to a point that's the way I feel anymore. I'm almost out of favor with the church, man. On that, the church, not Jesus Christ. I'm not turning my back on Jesus or the Lord. I'm not. I'm just turning my back on the church. There's a difference. The church is a body of people who come to one temple or one building to worship together. That's it. That don't mean they're any better than anybody else. Some people tend to think that they're not. They're just as bourgeois as anybody. They're regular people, with issues like everybody else. The difference is I guess some of us expect more. You gonna wait. I guess some of us expect people act different than they usually do, and they don't. Let me think about Leroy. They just act. Negroes just act extra, man. And I was just to a point. I was like, man, I'm tired of this shit. Real talk. It's just crazy. I may have to do a part 2 on this, man. Because I'm just to a point, man. I'm just kind of like, fuck this shit. I try to get along with everybody. I really do. But I've got to a point now, it's just like, I don't know, man. it's just to a point now. I guess I don't. I guess I feel some kind of way sometimes, and I don't. I guess I don't. Trying to figure out parts of mine. Okay. Oh, but you know, I'm going to have to do a part 2, man, because maybe. But right now, I just want to give you guys something to chew on, because this is how I feel about it. You know, nothing wrong with going to church. Nothing wrong with building fellowship with others. But I hate to say it. If you want to go out your way, that's fine. Some of us as men, we don't feel that way about going our way. I go out my way to a certain point, and that's it. It's DJ Wolf. I'm out.